This is so cool. You got to hear this story. This is one of the reasons why I love her. So everybody, I'm going to start doing like these kind of check-ins to the YouTube channel to just kind of talk about where I am on my health and the progress and what I've got going on, things I'm trying, experimenting with, and maybe some things that maybe you can join along with me if you want. I've noticed in the past when I've done these type of videos that people connect with it and they reach out and they're like, hey, I'm doing it with you, or hey, I love that you're doing this. It's great to see other people doing it. So I thought it'd be fun to do that. Plus I like documenting my journey, as you can see from videos from many years ago on this YouTube channel. So I'm here again. Everybody's doing the new me, whatever. I don't mean to be cynical, but it's felt like I've been here many times. I've done really well, lost weight, got really good with my physique, and then just it hit the fan and I wasn't doing well. But now I'm back. Had a rough couple months. If you've watched any of my shorts that I posted earlier, you know that like there's some struggles I had going on, but there's some things I'm working through to make sure that I be the best version of myself. Also, I'm noticing, I look at my analytics and I notice that I'm losing some subscribers. So if you're a disc golfer and you've come to the channel because of disc golf, I apologize that there's not been any disc golf for a long while. But maybe when the weather gets nicer. No, for sure when the weather gets nicer, I'm going to get out and play some disc golf. So maybe I can do some disc golf content then. I am thinking about being on a disc golf podcast, Door Disc podcast, to talk about some of my thoughts about what's happening currently with dynamic discs. It's been a while since I've been with dynamic discs. I left about 4 years ago, but it is a little disheartening to see what's going on. If you saw the Reddit post, the AMA by the former director of operations, of course, Chris Edson, I knew him, haven't really talked to them since I left 4 years ago, but roughly 4 years ago. So the AMA, he kind of gave some information about behind the scenes stuff that's happening at Dynamic Discs, and it really was very frustrating and very disheartening and sad. And I'm thinking I might go on a podcast with a good buddy of mine, Shane, reached out to me, and we talked about it through text a little bit. I don't know, I feel like I need a place to kind of maybe give my thoughts on what's happening. Maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Beside that, so I've lost some subscribers, I get it, and I've gained some subscribers. Maybe some people that are on the carnivore journey or on a health journey and just curious to follow along somebody else's journey. So welcome to So January 2nd. It's so funny because I think about January 1st, we think, okay, New Year's Eve, we have a celebration, and then New Year's Day, we're thinking, okay, brand new start. But I typically will have New Year's Day off, and I like to enjoy and relax and chill before going back to work, and I relaxed and chilled when it came to eating. So January 2nd was my official start back to not having junk food, not eating candy or sugar or sweets or that is brought into work or at family and friends' house. So January 2nd was my day, and I did really great. Now, January 4th, my girlfriend, well, now my fiance, Misty, took me to, this is so cool. You got to hear this story. This is one of the reasons why I love her. So I talk about my days at Dynamic Discs, help building the company, some of the adventures that I went on, the fun. It was one of the most fun jobs I've ever had. And then I've talked about the town of Emporia, how awesome it was, about the event, Glassbone Open event, and then of course Radius Brewery, going there and having a great time and had some good food and things like that. And so I've talked about that a few times, and I've talked about it quite a few times here recently, especially because all the news that's going on. I've been kind of talking to Misty about it and kind of telling her how I felt about what was going on. So anyway, for my birthday, she told me she needed the whole day for my birthday. Set aside the day. We figured it out. We were like, okay, January 4th, Saturday, that's the day. I was like, okay, let's celebrate my birthday that day. Whatever you have planned, she wouldn't tell me, whatever you have planned, let's do it on that day. We wake up, she tells me we have to be on the road by 9. We didn't get on the road till a little bit after 9. It is January 4th, and I am headed on a birthday adventure that Misty has planned for me. I have no idea what it is, so we'll have to see what happens. Should I close my eyes till we get there?
Nope.
Okay.
Keep driving.
Okay. Well, and we're cruising down the highway. She tells me, get on the highway and head this direction, head north. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm thinking, where are we going? Are we going to like a rifle range? Because it's kind of out on the highway. There's not much going out there. And the direction we're going, I'm thinking there's nothing out there. She says, no, we're not going to a rifle range. So I'm thinking, are we going horseback riding? No, it's way too cold. Are we going on a walk at some new park? No, it's like freezing cold. And she says, no, I'm not going to tell you. So we keep cruising. And we're going for about 20, maybe 30 minutes. And I'm like, where are we going? And I said, are we going to Bartlesville? Because I used to live in Bartlesville. And my grandkids live in Bartlesville. And I said, are we doing something with my grandkids? And she said, no, we're not doing anything with the grandkids. We're not going to Bartlesville. So I'm like, what the heck? So then on her phone, she was looking at something and she set it down and I could see the map that she had mapped out our location, to the destination. And I saw 33 miles to the next turn. I was like, 33 miles to the next turn? We're literally 15 miles away from Bartlesville. Where are we going? I said, are we going to Radius Emporia? And she kind of gave me that look like, you've guessed it. And I was like, we're going to, she goes, yes, I thought it'd be fun. You always talk about it. I thought we would have lunch there. You could show me the Dynamic Discs warehouse where you used to live. And I was like, that's literally 2.5 hours away, 3.5 hours from where we started. I said, we've got like 2.5 hours. She goes, I know, but it'll be fun. We'll have a nice trip. At first I was like, what? I'm going to be sitting in the car driving. Then I thought, you know what? This is really special. She knew how special that was to me, that the experience I had with Dynamic Discs and how proud I was of what was accomplished at Dynamic Discs and the work I did at Dynamic Discs, and proud of the town as far as how cool it was. So she wanted to experience it with me. And I thought that was awesome. That was so awesome. So unfortunately, we ended up going on a day when we thought a storm was going to hit on Sunday, but it ended up coming in sooner. So we were driving into some bad weather. We did end up getting to Radius. We ate there, good food. I was able to show around a little bit of where I used to live, the first store, the first warehouse, then the big warehouse that we're in now, or no, not we, the big house that Dynamic Discs is in now. And according to some reports, may not be in there anymore. I don't know. So I got to do that, but then it started kind of not really rain, but more like sleet. And we're thinking we need to get back home because this is not going to be good. And some of the roads were a little slippery. So we ended up coming back to Oklahoma, which is good. By the time we got to Oklahoma, the roads were fine. It was just raining in Oklahoma. But then we found out that Kansas got hit with a bad storm. So I'm glad we got out of there. But that was so awesome. That was a really cool thing. My point with all that story is I relaxed. I had a burger, I had some fries, and then we had they had a strawberry cream. What was it? Not a Danish, but it was like a pizza, but it was like a strawberry cream Danish type pizza. It was really good. So I didn't do carnivore that day, and I kind of relaxed on my eating. But that was the only day. Sunday, that was Saturday. Sunday did good. Monday, yesterday did good. Tuesday, which is when today I'm recording it, did good. I ate my carnivore. Now I will say as far as the carnivore style that I'm doing, one of the things I like to have is what's called a mitza, and that's where you put tomato sauce on ground beef. I usually mix ground beef. I'll have to do a video on it, but ground beef, let me know in the comments if you want me to do a video, because I will. Ground beef mixed with Italian sausage, that makes the crust, and then I put marinara sauce, and I get the marinara sauce that isn't like the Prego or whatever. It's like not good marinara sauce where the ingredients are very simple. And then I put mozzarella cheese on top and some pepperoni. So some people would say the pepperoni Italian sausage isn't quite carnivore because some of the spices and the processed meat it's in it. But right now, for what I'm trying to accomplish, it'll serve its purpose. And of course, I'm having cheese. So other than that, I've had chicken thighs. Today I had chicken thighs. I've had eggs. I've had some cheddar cheese, and then I've had I've had ribeyes and ground beef. So good on that. Now it's only, January 7th. So 5 days in, we're doing good. Only had 1 day off, but now everything's great. So we're going to continue with that, which is fantastic. I didn't weigh myself. I decided to weigh myself for 2 reasons. One, I was afraid I was going to get upset because of the weight that I know I'd gained, and that was going to be discouraging. 2, weight was always something that when I was really doing good on carnivore, my weight felt like it was, when I was weighing myself, at one point it stalled, and that was frustrating. That was not good on my mind. It was very frustrating. But then when I started paying attention to the way my clothes fit, how I felt, and compliments from people, I noticed I'm losing fat. I'm thinning out, but I'm not losing weight. Now, I'm not trying to say like I was gaining muscle and all that, but there was something to it. I would have a plateau and I would lose a couple pounds, then I'd gain a pound, then I'd lose a pound, then I'd gain 2 pounds, then I'd gain 3 pounds, then I'd lose 3 pounds. That was week to week. But people were still saying, Bobby, you look like you're losing weight. And then I would notice that my pants were fitting a little looser, a little better. I was noticing my belt, I was pulling in a little bit tighter. So I don't know that weighing in is something I'm going to incorporate at all. I'm definitely not doing it at this point for those 2 reasons. As far as meal prep, haven't gone back to the big bulk meal prep that I used to do where I was cooking like 2 or 3 days worth of meat and then putting them in the refrigerator. I might go back to that, but for now, I noticed that if I had too much, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the grease or the fat or whatever, but sometimes after a while, it was ground beef with cheese and I would cook it and then it'd be on like the second or third day that it's been in the refrigerator and it just wouldn't taste right. Maybe I didn't cook it all the way. I don't know. It just didn't taste right. They looked fine. I would heat them up, reheat them in a microwave at work, but there was just something about it that didn't taste right. So right now I've just been prepping like a day ahead. Like yesterday I cooked chicken thighs and that's what I took to lunch. No. What I've done now is like this morning I cooked the chicken thighs this morning and then had them for lunch. So I've had time to like throw them in the air fryer, get them cooked, and then I'm good to go. I've done that before with beef patties. Now, some stuff I've cooked for dinner and made enough so that I could have them lunch for the next day. And I think that's a little bit better than the Sunday big bulk pre-cook. Now, I may go back to that. I don't know. But I just noticed that it was just, I don't know. It wasn't tasting good on the second or third day. I'm not sure what was going on there. So we'll see. As far as working out, doing great there. I've been to the gym, let's see, well, I started back January 2nd. So I've been to the gym about 3 times so far. Now I went Monday, I went Saturday morning before we went on our little trip. And then I didn't go. I went Friday morning, but I didn't go Saturday because I was like, I don't want to go on my birthday trip day. I didn't want to go to the gym. We did do some mobility work here just so we were kind of moving around. But then I went to the gym Monday. And then the plan is to go to the gym tomorrow morning. So that'll be good. And then go either Thursday or Friday. So I hit my 3 times a week goal. So that's that on there. So doing good on that. So right now the biggest challenges I'm facing is this morning they brought donuts to a meeting we had. That's a challenge. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. Not downing anybody or dogging anybody for bringing donuts, but I just have to say no. One thing I did do to try to combat that is we have some delicious jerky where I work at Shields. Delicious, good quality jerky. And so I had bought some of that and brought it to work, or not brought it, I bought it home, brought it back to work so that I have something to snack on. And so while people were eating donuts, I grabbed it was a little late in the meeting because I didn't think about it until well into the meeting. But at some point I got up, got some jerky. That way I could snack on jerky while other people were snacking on donuts. So that's something to help. No, I would say another challenge is that sugar sounds good. Carbs sound good, but I know that's not what I need right now. So right now I'm doing good, but it'll be interesting to see come this weekend because I'm sure we will do something to celebrate my birthday and my dad's birthday. And we're going to a friend's house to celebrate their birthday. And so I'm going to have to figure out how to say no or just eat prior to going to these celebrations. That way it's easier to say no, it's easier just to say I want just the meat of whatever we order. So that way I'm just eating my meat and sticking to my carnivore diet. So that's kind of my update. I think what I'll end up doing for future videos is doing some cooking videos, talk about the pizza that I'm talking about. That way maybe you can give it a try. And then some of the techniques I've learned that help me make better steaks in the air fryer and better steaks from frozen. That's the big deal, is getting them out of the freezer and cooking them from frozen. So I've watched some videos, but maybe I thought I could show a technique that I use that you might be able to try. And then if you haven't watched any of my shorts, make sure you watch my shorts because I like to go on there and like to share. I love teaching. I do like teaching. So whenever I learn something or am working on some sort of thing with my mindset, I like to share it. It helps reinforce it with me and it helps me teach and do, I've always liked to do like motivational videos and motivational posts and stuff like that. So I want to get back to that so that it's part of my mindset and it's part of something that I'm seeking out so that I can share. So thank you guys so much for watching and I appreciate your support. And the dogs are barking because Misty's home. So I'm going to end this video. We'll see you guys on the next one.